Welcome back, everyone, to the Christian Music Room podcast with Brendan and Braden. I'm your host, Brendan, and Braden says hello. Again, he's working, but he's being busy, which is really good. I'm happy for you, Braden, and Braden wishes you all hope you're all doing well. Today, I'm with a special guest, Michael Felker of Convictions. So I'm going to let Michael introduce himself right now and everything.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for having me on, man.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. And thanks to everyone who's tuning in. Remember to watch, follow, and subscribe to the podcast. Make sure to follow Michael's band that we'll hear about in this podcast episode. Michael, we'll just start real nice and easy. Can you tell us a little bit about your music background and how your band got started and everything?
Yeah, that's a heavy question. There's a lot to answer there. Um, yeah, well, I sing for the band Convictions. The band's been around for I want to say till since 2011, and it's been quite a journey. We've toured all over the world, put out a few records. We actually just recently put out a new record. It's called The Fear of God. Um, you you said you were asking how I started.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I've been doing this over 20 years. I started performing in bands since 2005. So it's been a long journey, man. I can't really tell you where I started. It was just kind of like me joking around, yelling and screaming in my basement bedroom when I was in high school. And my brother who drums was like, "Oh my gosh, like you can scream!" And him and I made a band. And well, flash forward like 3, 4 bands that I was in throughout that whole high school, early college experience. I found myself in Convictions, and here I've been.
That's really cool. And you just brought up your new album, Fear of God. I just listened to the album from start to finish. I think it's your best album yet. So congrats on the new album.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. And can you tell us a little bit about that process of the album? Like, how was the writing process? What do you have any stories off the album?
Yeah, there's kind of lots to unpack there. I let's see. Okay, wait. Can you ask that again? I'm a little like you're throwing a lot at me.
No, you're good. Sorry. You released Fear of God, which is your new album. We just want to know, do you have like how was the writing process for the album? Like, did you have like a certain theme you're capturing, like any story you wanted to capture while telling the album?
Yeah, it was quite an experience because we had we had just come off our last record, I Won't Survive, and this is like during like the COVID era.
Hmm.
And we had a couple members step down for personal reasons. And I think like the whole pandemic like kind of affected a lot of people really with like where they're going in life and their journeys. Um, so it was mostly just Zach and I that was left in the band, and so we spent most of that pandemic era like scouting and looking for new members, all while starting the early processes of writing these songs and getting connected and coordinated with our producer who we just started working with. We put out a couple singles between these last 2 records. The songs were Supernova and Stigmata. And we found that we had like a really good working formula going there. So we connected with him. And once touring started picking back up and we got our lineup solidified, I think we spent like 2 years just going out on the road touring. All while this is going on, I had been working on this record like kind of in the background. So it was like honestly, it was about like a 2 year process of just putting these songs together.
That's really cool. And I think your album art is really unique. I like the album art to this album. So if you guys want to check it out, I would recommend checking it out. Zoom is really weird about screen sharing while I'm recording, so I'll let you guys check it out. Can you tell us what did you design your own album art or did you have someone design it for you? Because it's like really unique.
Yeah, well, the concept came from me. I'd been kind of, honestly, I was just kind of playing around on Pinterest, which kind of helped guide the process. But there was a comedian, I think his name is Pete Holmes, who was making this like really funny joke about like basically he was describing like a manifestation of like what God would look like. Obviously, like we're created in like his image, but it was more or less like taking the vastness of the universe, like all the unknown mysteries of the universe, or in this case, God, and then like basically put like throwing like a sheet over it, and then like the silhouette would be in the form of a man. And then going back to Pinterest, I saw a lot of really cool artists that were using that description of God in their artwork, and I thought it was really inspiring. And I don't know, I just thought it'd be like really cool to put God himself on our album cover. So we teamed up with there's a band called The Protest, and there's two brothers in that band that have their own like art company. It's called Quiet Strength. And so
Mhm.
we connected with them. I was throwing my ideas at them. They had some ideas of their own. And basically we worked out together that we wanted to use um our single artwork to all kind of work together to kind of like create its own like little like ecosystem or its own world where all the art kind of looks like it lives within the same universe, and then it all kind of led up into our album art, where God reveals himself.
That's really cool, and it's really unique, and it's really cool to see that album art. And on top of that, you have a lot of unique music videos with the album. We won't dive into the music videos, but like that whole album concept, like that with all the songs, the lyrics, the album art, and the music video, I think it's really well put together.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's flash forward a little bit. You guys are doing a couple shows. Can you tell? Do you have any shows coming up that anyone can come show support you at?
Where are you located?
I'm in Michigan personally.
Oh, nice. Yeah, go blue.
There we go.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. I was like, okay, he gets it. Yeah, I think the closest we're gonna be in Michigan is Sandusky, Ohio, and that's actually gonna be next weekend. Or no, we're doing a date with Born of Osiris in I want to say Lansing, Michigan.
Yes, I think I
Um,
saw that on your site.
you got it pulled up?
I don't have the site pulled up right now, but I have a tab open. Give me one
This is
second.
getting me in trouble. I should know
I
this.
had your album pulled up.
I'm gonna I'm gonna make sure.
Yeah, you have Lansing on November 1st.
Okay, yeah, 100% Lansing, Michigan. Yeah, we're supporting Born of Osiris in Lansing, Michigan. So I'm not sure how close that is to you, but right now I think that's our only Michigan date that we have set up here. But yeah, we're getting ready to hit the road. We're going to be doing a few dates with them. There's a band that I grew up listening to called Scary Kids, Scaring Kids. We'll be doing a couple dates with them in Denver and Colorado, as well as a few headlining dates that we threw together. And I hate to be like the cliche band guy here where they're like big things coming, but I have some really big news that we have like ready to share hopefully soon. Um, it's like the biggest thing we've ever done. I'm so excited about it. I hate to be vague here, but there's more things to announce hopefully soon here.
It's okay. I would ask you it, but I'm not gonna ask you it because like we always like because like some people just like, oh, we this and this, and they're like, I shouldn't say that, but oh, I'll throw it in the podcast anyways. But we're not gonna get into that for you. I was gonna give me a second. I lost my train of thought. Do you have any? I know you just released a new album and everything. Do you guys have any new music coming out though? If that's something people can look forward to.
It's funny you mentioned that today because I have a call set up today where I'm basically going to be starting the like early process of getting into some new material. So yeah, like the train keeps moving. We're going to have some new stuff hopefully soon. I'd like to get it hopefully
Hmm.
something together before the year ends. That would be like my goal here.
That's really cool. And anyone that's listening to this podcast, make sure to follow Mike's band and everything. Make sure to support their music. Come support them on tour. They put on a good show. That's what I heard. I haven't been personally, but I've heard from other people I know. We just have a few extra minutes with you. Do you have anything you want to bring up or talk about? Like we like to hear any messages, anything you want to bring up. The floor is yours.
Um, well, to be shameless, I want to plug my record, the Fear of God. We released this. This was August 2nd, so it's only been out for a couple months here. Yeah, this is like and personally, this is my favorite work we've released. I put a lot of heart and soul into writing these songs, connecting with uh, not just myself internally, but also people within our circle, sharing stories of their struggle and um, the issues that
Mhm.
they faced and trying to retell their stories through their eyes was overall, I would say, like the main concept of the record. So yeah, if you're looking for some new metalcore, check us out.
And I definitely recommend it. Brandon recommends it. Brandon and I were talking about the album a few weeks ago before we met with you, even like before we scheduled this interview and everything. We were talking about albums, right? Because we get a big lot of the rock community, so we're planning a big rock community episode, I guess you can say, like of like new rock albums to check out. So you're will probably be brought up again on a future podcast episode.
Oh, beautiful.
And I want to thank you for joining me. I know this meetings more casual. Like I said, we're not like too professional. So thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me, man. Appreciate you.
And everyone listening, thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you next time on the Christian Music Bros podcast. Take care, everyone.